Just recently, the DPRK tested two KN-02 missiles. They were launched from the country and deliberately shot into the ocean on the east side of the country as a test of its military capability. Now, the U.S. has, of course, come out and condemned this as a provocative act, while leaving out of the context the fact that the U.S. and South Korea have been carrying out military drills near the North Korean border for quite a little while now, since these recent hostilities have come up. Now, it's interesting to note that the claim is completely hypocritical, given the fact that the U.S. is currently trying to cause tensions with the DPRK right now. Well, there's just some other things I wanted to go over, like how there's a contradictory message being put out by the U.S. and other countries. One of those claims is that North Korea is coming to nuke us all and attack us, and they're a threat. Yet at the same time, they turn around and say the DPRK has no military capability of reaching the United States. Well, so which is it? I mean, we're given the fear that they're coming to attack the United States in a minute, yet at the same time they turn around and say there is no threat. They don't have the technical capabilities of getting any kind of nuclear weaponry to the United States. So what's really going on here? Well, what's really going on here is the U.S., not just the U.S., but the UN as well, carrying out these unjust, horribly despicable actions against the DPRK for merely daring to have a space program. You remember the one that says that it was actually a missile test that actually turned out to really actually be a rocket that just launched a satellite into space, and despite that is still claimed to be a missile test, which would then mean it was successful, but then at the same time they don't have the capability of getting a nuclear warhead to the United States, continuing that whole contradictory message. Right. Now, on top of this, it's being forgotten in the media, and by the media I mean everybody. Everybody's forgotten that study that came out that showed that there was $6 trillion worth of rare earth metals that are estimated to have been found in the DPRK. Though, interestingly, this happened right around the same time as the satellite launch, and the satellite launch is being used as a nice pretext by claiming that it was a missile test to justify, well, basically trying to justify the invasion of the country, putting unjust sanctions against them, and basically causing all kinds of threats and making all kinds of slanders. What we're seeing here is just a classic case of U.S. imperialism trying to start a war with a country over its resources. For a long time, North Korea has been outside of the control of the United States, much to the imperialist dismay. But now we can see such a much greater escalation when we consider the recent $6 trillion worth of rare earth metals that are estimated to be in the country. The people of the DPRK have every right to defend themselves from this U.S. aggression. They have every right to defend themselves from the unjust, immoral, and frankly hateful sanctions that are being placed against them by the United Nations. The people of the DPRK have every right to stand up for themselves and use whatever means necessary to protect themselves from the bullies of the world, the United States.
상대가 누구인지도 모르고 덤벼드는 미제 침략자들이 가소롭기 그지없습니다. 최고 사령관 동지를 모시어 우리 배심은 든든합니다.
우리는 그 누구보다도 평화를 사랑하고 행복을 귀중히 여깁니다. 하지만 미제와 그 추종 세력들이 우리의 행복을 어째보려고 날뛰고 있는데 우리가 어떻게 참을 수 있겠습니까? 경례하는 최고사령관 동지께서 일단 명령만 내리신다면 수령을 위하여 조국을 위하여 자기의 한 목숨을 서슴없이 바친 전하의 영웅들처럼 이 땅에서 최후 승리를 이룩하고 조선 사람의 본때를 보여주겠습니다.
미제는 어리숙습니다. 상대가 누구인지도 모르고 마구 허덤비는 미제의 침략자들에게 우리는 제3차, 5차의 핵목능으로 미국놈들이 대걸 통해 철치불벼락을 내릴 것입니다.
미국놈들이 미쳐도 더럽게는 미쳤습니다. 우리는 경연한 최고사령관의 명령을 기다립니다.
우리는 명만 떨어지면 미국이라는 땅덩어리에 핵배를 주고 수직으로 떨어질 것입니다. 하여 이 지구상에서 미국이라는 땅덩어리를 영영 없애버리겠습니다. 이것이 우리의 배짱이고 신념입니다.
조국통일 성전내로 부르는 당의 목소리가 우리의 가슴을 세차게 울려주고 있습니다. 전쟁의 불구름을 몰아오고 세상 못된 짓을 골라가며 하는 미제와 그 침략 무리들이 이 하늘, 이 땅에서 어떻게 녹아나는가를 세계는 똑똑히 알게 될 것입니다.